Welcome back to another episode of Next Level Minds. For those of you who are tuning in for the first time, this is a podcast dedicated to those who want to reach a next level in their business, personal, or career life. Every other week, I sit down with a qualified guest and walk through their story of how they've gotten from point A to point B and overcame various adversities along the way. Today's episode is a series I'm doing called Motivation Monday. And today's topic is extremely interesting, and it's called What to Do When You Are Having an Off Day. Now, what's interesting about this is today I'm actually having a very off day. I don't feel mentally right. I don't feel physically right. I just don't feel all there. I feel lazy. I feel demotivated. I just don't feel present. And I'm sure each and every one of you have had those days. It's interesting because it happens every now and again, and sometimes you don't know why. But as I mentioned, today's topic is called What to Do When You're Having an Off Day. And I'm going to walk you through 5 things that I do that drastically improve the mood I'm in and drastically improve my mentality, how I'm feeling physically, my motivation levels, and I really hope you guys get some value from these 5 things. So, to begin, number 1, you have to keep going. Not in a selfish way, but if you look at it in a way of, I have to provide for people. I have to provide for my mom, for my dad, for my girlfriend, for my husband, for my wife, for my kids, for my friends. And if you look at it that way of not a selfish mindset, but how am I going to provide for these people? It gives you a lot more internal power than you would normally have if you're using yourself and doing this for selfish gain. So really, number 1 is you have to keep going no matter how bad you're feeling or if your mind's just not right. Like, have to keep going because it's better to make some progress rather than no progress. And if you're having trouble keeping going, then view it as if I have to provide for these people, such as my mom, dad, girlfriend, etc., etc. Don't view it in a selfish way. So number 2, do something to break your routine that you wouldn't normally do. This allows you to reset and really just have a new perspective on things because your brain is not used to that thing happening that day. For example, on Sundays, which is the day that I'm having my bad day, I really use this day to go run errands, prep for the week, write my goals for the week, relax, spend time with friends, family, etc., etc. However, today what I did is I didn't run any errands. I did a little bit of work, but I went golfing, which is something I'm really dedicating myself to learning. Now, I would never normally go golfing on a Sunday because I value this day as a day to prep for the week. But as soon as I broke my normal routine, got in the car, went to a different driving range than what I normally go to, it kind of allowed my mind to explore a new perspective. So I challenge you to do something different and break your routine if you're having an off day. Now, number 3, reach out to somebody who cares about you and catch up with them over a conversation. And that can be, your mom, your dad, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever it may be. It can be a friend. And reach out to them, not just venting your problems. Don't do that. Just have a genuine conversation with them, whether it's over the phone, over FaceTime, even over text, and obviously in person is the best way. But with everyone's busy schedule, it's hard to get there sometimes. So reach out to somebody who cares about you and catch up with them over a conversation. And that can really open your mind and really put you in a positive mindset. Number 4, I'm huge on this one. Write down 10 things immediately that you are grateful for. This is because fear cannot live where gratitude is. And you're shocking your brain into immediately getting out of the negative side of things to immediately jumping to the positive side of things. And those 10 things don't have to be at a massive scale. They can be simple things such as I'm thankful for the socks on my feet. I'm thankful for the paper that I have. I'm thankful for the shoes that I have. Simple things just to blast your mind out of that negative mindset, because As you know, it's 10 times better to be in a positive mindset. So write down 10 things you are grateful for, because fear cannot live where gratitude is. Lastly, spend the last 10 minutes of the day coming up with ways you can get better the next day, because I'm sure, as all of you know, when you're having an off day, when your mind's not right, when you're not feeling right physically, you're not being near as productive as you normally would if you were really feeling on top of everything. So spend the last 10 minutes of the day coming up with ways you can get better the next day. If you're improving 1% every single day, that's a win in my book. So the last 10 minutes before you go to sleep, write down how you can improve yourself in your career, how you can improve yourself in your workouts, how you can improve your mindset, how you can improve your relationships, whatever you most value. Write down 3 or 4 ways you can improve it the next day. So once again, running through these, in conclusion, number 1, you have to keep going. View this in a not selfish way. View this as a, hey, I'm going to keep going because people are relying on me. Number 2, do something to break your routine that you wouldn't normally do. This puts your brain and allows you to think in a new perspective. Number 3, reach out to somebody who cares about you and catch up with them over a conversation. Number 4, write down 10 things you are grateful for. And number 5, spend the last 10 minutes of the day coming up with ways you can get better than you were the day before. So once again, I hope this helps everyone out. As I mentioned, I'm having a very off day today, but I've already implemented 4 out of 5 of these things, and my mindset's already kind of changed back to the normal positivity, positive gratitude type of way that I think all the time. So hope this helped everyone. Really, what I ask of you from here is please do 2 things. Number 1, please write a quick review on Apple Podcast. Just tell me what you think. It can be good, bad, or ugly. I would prefer good, but hey, honesty is better than lying, right? And number 2, share this episode with a friend. I don't do any marketing. I don't run any Facebook ads, Instagram. I don't do any of that. I believe in authentic content. So if you could really just share this with somebody who you think needs to hear it, that would be fantastic. And lastly, follow Chris Chap on Instagram. It can give you some updates on how the podcast is going. I'm about to start my own podcast page called Next Level Minds Podcast on Instagram. So be on the lookout for that. And lastly, reach out to me if I can help. And lastly, as we like to say here at Next Level Minds, your mindset is your greatest weapon for the battle of success. Thanks again for tuning in.